down to the ice.
Oh, shnikes.
He's cut. He's heading right off the ice.
What? Crazy collapsed lungs, painful broken bones, and things that definitely shouldn't be sliced on the ice. Today, we're reacting to all the possibly career-ending medical scenes and jaw-dropping injuries from hockey. Let's dive right in.
Far more assists than goals for one of the terrific finishers in the NHL.
Oh, he took it to the head. Oh, slap shot. I know he's wearing a helmet, but I think it hit him in the ear versus the side of the head. You got to worry about concussion, right? Skull fracture. You got to worry about an epidural hematoma. Get hit with that amount of trauma to your head, you got to get a CT scan.
That hit little, up high.
Oh, man. You have your middle meningeal artery that sits on the side here. If you get hit on the head, increased risk of rupturing open. And on the inside, you can get a lens-type bleeding. You wake up, you're doing fine, and then you go to sleep, and then bad things happen.
Motioning to the training staff to hurry. He skated off with some assistance.
Took it to what they think is to the ear, causing a tympanic membrane rupture, aka eardrum rupture, because of the compressive force right into the ear canal. Hurts like heck, will cause bleeding. Most of the time, the eardrum will heal on its own.
Wide. Oh no, the skate came up on Boychuk.
Oh.
As Lekanen was headed down to the ice.
Oh, shnikes.
He's cut. He's heading right off the ice.
What? Laceration to the face, straight up, required over 90 stitches. The eyelid, super important. You have tarsal plates, has to be perfect, because if it doesn't, you can have continued corneal abrasions or abrasions to the eye.
Up the wall.
Oh, we got the Bruins.
To Savard. Savard looks for Ryder.
Oh, that's an excess hit.
Tips the puck away. Savard is reaching for his helmet.
That is a mean hit, just squishing someone's head. We get really concerned when people hit their head, either if they pass out, they're altered, they have neurologic symptoms, they're vomiting, the visual changes, all of these things super concerning.
There was a collision down in the corner behind the play, and I don't know if Savard's opened up, but he is in a lot of pain. Don Del Negro has pressure on Savard's head.
In an adult traumatic head injury, we'll probably get a CT scan. If you're under a certain age and you're a pediatric patient, we do worry about scanning somebody's brain, so we don't always want to just jump to a CT scan.
As Carl Alsner puts the puck down into the Carolina zone, Pitkanen just does get there in time. It's icing in there.
Massive, like, smack into the boards. This guy ended up fracturing his calcaneus, the heel bone. Most of the time, the calcaneal fractures that we see are due to people landing directly on their heels. Here, you're hitting it from a different side or angle. It could be compressive force.
Being helped by members of the training staff and the physician staff.
Healing from these actually take a really, really long time. When we want to put a splint on this, we can't just put splint material and then wrap it with an ace wrap. You need to pad it. Typically, you're going to get bad bone blisters on the skin due to the fact that you're having so much swelling.
Trent McCleary took a punt to the throat, fracturing his larynx.
Talk about sacrifice. Fracturing the larynx. You actually only have one bone in your throat, the hyoid bone, which sits up a little bit higher up here, versus the larynx and this area, your trachea basically. This is all cartilage here. You can break the cartilage. Yes, you can do that.
And also suffered a collapsed lung. He recovered, but ultimately had to retire.
The fact that this shot actually caused a collapsed lung is quite interesting. It must have rattled around in here enough and caused enough force to pop the lung. The other word that we use in the medical world is called a pneumothorax.
The granddaddy of them all, Clint Malarchuk.
Oh, look at that! Oh, damn.
And a boatload of blood. And it wouldn't be the last time we saw an injury like this.
Wow. Blade right to the neck and a bunch of the red stuff. Both the carotid artery and jugular vein get lacerated, and you can see different flows of blood. Some are dripping and then some are a little bit more. And it's because of the different vessels sitting right next to each other.
Played up ahead, it didn't connect with the rookie.
Oh, gloves are thrown.
And we have the possibility.
I don't understand the logic of having fights with your bare hands. But this is hockey. You always see people get fights.
Battle right here. Delorier and Rempe.
Look at it. It's like sizing them up.
This started in warm-up.
Okay, grab, punch, grab, punch, grab, punch.
Sold in the mind.
I do not recommend fighting. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, all right. We got abrasions to the left forehead and a small cut to the nose.
Your nose!
That area of the nose, sometimes if it's a little bit more midline, there's a vessel right there and it can bleed a ton. Sometimes we literally have to put one stitch in there just to get it to stop bleeding.
Smith drives to the net, goes around the net, pass block. Here comes McDonough with Zuccarello. Zibanejad is hurt behind the Rangers net. He is really hurt.
Distal tib fib fracture. Down below at that area, you have a specific retinaculum where the bones are actually connected to each other by a really cool type tendon. It's a really good support structure until it actually fractures through.
Smith had a little bit of room on the left wing, and as he tried to cut in towards the net, Zibanejad didn't want to let him get to the net.
Watching these incredible hockey players reminds me you need the energy and focus to stay in the game. That's where Level Up from my company Life Happen comes into play for powering through any activity, whether you're chasing a puck or chasing your next workout. Check out Level Up at lifehappens.com or on Amazon.
Here it comes again. That was Zibanejad.
Oh, we got caught. Always.
You just see him lose his balance on the collision.
Oh, that was not supposed to snap that way. He does have a fracture to that left lower extremity. You can see how it bends in a way that it shouldn't. You'll definitely need to get the fibula probably repaired with some plates and screws. And then the question ends up being, does the orthopedic surgeon do plates and screws versus a medullary rod straight through? It just depends how distal it is. So if it's more mid-shaft, you'll probably have a rod through it.
He comes in, he hits Zubers. It is the skate that comes up right there.
Oh, went underneath. So hit him in the Flyers player. Oh, look at this. The laceration to the abdomen. Did they already put glue on it? That hurts. You're going to have to bandage that up. Make sure it doesn't bleed. He got lucky. He didn't go through far enough into like the abdominal muscles and into the abdominal cavity.
He goes to the bench, and they're just taking a look at him on the bench. Doesn't look like he needs stitches. They're just stopping the bleeding, put some salve on it, make sure he doesn't get any infection. And he's right back on the bench.
The commentators are wrong.
You're wrong.
That type of device that they have, it is either Dermabond or it is benzocaine, which could be used to put on steri strips to make the skin a little bit stickier. I do have to say that I'm not the biggest fan of the Flyers, so hopefully they lost the game, but hopefully he's fine as a person.
And there's this block shot by Gregory Campbell. And he was out on that ice for a good 45 seconds after. He blocked that shot.
Got a broken leg is what I'm told. Puck hit him on the lateral aspect of the leg. I anticipate it's a fractured fibula.
While shorthanded, we saw the same exact thing happen last night in Los Angeles with Nicholas Hjalmarsson, Blackhawk defenseman.
How is he skating? The fibula is the bone that runs along the outside of your leg, and it's the non-weight bearing bone. So you can step on the leg. It just hurts like hell. I love hockey. I'm an Islander fan. Let me know what your favorite team is. If you guys like hockey, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed these injuries and you want to see more sports-related injuries, let me know in the comments and definitely binge watch this playlist right here. Do me a favor, helps the channel grow, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.